In this video, I'll be explaining how to set up alerts with dynamic thresholds using Doctor Droid playbooks. Businesses need more than just static thresholds in their alerts to tell if something is wrong. While most monitoring tools and their alerting features offer configuring of a single threshold against a metric, in reality, an engineer is looking for much more complex rules, like having different thresholds based on seasonality of your product and usage of business, doing more checks in logs or DB other than just the concerned metric before needing to be notified, comparing the metric against past behavior and only be notified when it's breaking the trend. Dr. Droid's dynamic alerting features cater to these needs and help a developer remove false positive from landing in their inbox or the channel. So now you can see how to create a dynamic alert is we basically just enter a name here, example alert, and we can configure a metric, whatever type of a metric we want. Let's say I want to fetch a metric from CloudWatch. So I can just select my connector source. I can select the namespace. Which region do I want to query to? I can select the dimension name and the dimension value. And ultimately, I can also write the metric here. Let's say I want to search for CPU utilization. Now I can even run this specific metric here to actually fetch the value of it. And I can see that the value is around 6.5, right? You can see the 6.65 value here. When do I want to have this evaluation window for? Let's say I want to be evaluating this, the configuration for the evaluation window should be 10 minutes. I can even enter some conditions here, after which only I should be notified. Let's say I want my, whenever my average is greater than, let's say 4, only then I want to be notified. And when do I want to be notified? I can actually enter a cron here. Let's say I want to only be notified on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I can just configure it like this. I can save this. So now I have added one condition. What if I also want to add another condition at a different time? What if I want to actually enter here what that my max should be smaller than, let's say, 10? And then when do I want to run this? I want to run this at every single minute. Whenever these conditions are satisfied, whenever this time condition and this normal condition of a threshold is specified, I can just change the source here. I can add the source here and add the message here. This is a sample alert message. I want to send this message into the channel that I have just selected here, which is the sandbox alerts channel. So after doing this, I can just start, save and start the alert. If I click on this, now under the hood, what we have done is under the hood, we are actually creating a playbook and a workflow with the configuration as keep alive. You can see a playbook would be created here, the example alert playbook, and a workflow would also be created with the same name, example alert. This is what we are actually doing under the hood. Now in this workflow configuration, you can see that the stop after duration will actually keep it alive. So we are actually keeping it alive. So this is what the configuration of a workflow is going to be looking like. We can even edit the configurations directly here, and you can see if you want to change the cron schedule to be running every minute rather than after 5 minutes from right now, so that we can test it faster. I can just save it here. If I update the workflow here, you can see it is going to automatically run it here. I can just run it again because it actually canceled the workflow. I can start running it again. And now we can see instantly that it is scheduled. Let's wait for a few seconds for it to be executed. But where do we view the executions? We can actually view the workflow executions on this workflow executions page. And we can see the actual status of this workflow as this workflow scheduled.